Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the daily news analysis of 16th of February, guys. Let's see the first news. First news is regarding a summit which is called World Sustainable Development Summit 2018. It is a flagship forum by the Energy and Resource Institute, and it basically seeks to bring together all the stakeholders at a very common platform, and those stakeholders will deal with the issues like sustainable development, energy and environmental sectors, right? The theme this time, in the year 2018 will be partnership for resilient planet, and the main aim is to create an action framework which will resolve some of the most urgent challenges which is being faced by the developing economies in the backdrop of this huge climate change, right? The summit will address a wide range of variety of issues, and those issues will be related to different aspects like how to combat land degradation, how to effectively manage this waste mechanisms, all right, and how to make cities free of landfill free, and how to combat air pollutions, etc., and how to increase resource and energy efficiency. So these are the factors which will be mainly focused upon under this World Sustainable Development Summit 2018, right? Next news is about massive reserve of mercury which is found in Arctic permafrost. Actually, scientists have discovered the permafrost in the northern hemisphere stores, and it is said that this is the store of natural mercury, guys, and this storage is said to be around nearly twice of the storage which is altogether storage of mercury that you can find in soils, ocean as well as atmosphere. And it is said that this mercury is being releasing due to this warming of climate, all right, because the climate is getting warmed in the Arctic region, and these shelves are being broken away, and this leads to the release of the mercury which is being trapped. And if this mercuries are releasing, then what is happening is that the nearby marine environment is getting totally degraded. Okay, and if the marine environment is getting degraded, then the fishes are died through taking that poison, and those fish are being taken by the humans, right? So indirectly it is inserting in the human chain also, food chain also, right? So there are prospects that if this is not taken care of, then it might leads to severe neurological effects in humans as well as animals. So let's see about mercury a bit, guys. So mercury is a chemical element with a symbol of Hg, and its atomic number is 80. It is the only metallic element that is liquid at standard condition for the temperature and pressures. And guys, it is relatively poor conductor of heat. Most metals are excellent thermals of excellent thermal conductors though. And since I've written here that it is relatively poor conductor of heat, that doesn't mean that I'm telling that it is a non-conductor of heat. It is conducting heat, but at a relatively poor rate. And one more thing, guys, as I've discussed here, that it is the only metallic element. By this I just mean that it is the only metallic element which is found in liquid state at the very standard condition of temperature and pressure. And other element is bromine, but bromine is not a metallic element, it's a non-metallic element, all right? So this is what the difference between these centers. And its applications are it is used in thermometers, barometers, manometers, sphygmomanometers, float valves, then mercury relays, fluorescent lamps, etc., right? So, and guys, it is said that the exposure of mercury could lead to a serious health problems in especially children, because it might lead to the threat in the development of their cognitive skills. The toxic effects of mercury might damage the nervous, digestive as well as immune system, and it might in future days it might damages lungs, kidneys, skin and eyes. It is considered by WHO as one of the top 10 chemicals or the group of chemicals of the major public health concern, and people are mainly exposed to the mercury, methyl mercury, an organic compound, when they eat fish and shellfish that contain the compound. These are the factors which has been highlighted in this issue. And regarding the Minamata Convention, guys, it is one of the international convention on mercury basically, and it is an opportunity for the global community to address the mounting problem of the mercury that is being faced throughout the world, right? Next news is about Atal Bhujal Yojana, guys. Bhujal is related to groundwater Yojanas, right? So basically, it is the Water Resource Ministry is working out for a plan of which will in which they are going to invest around rupees 6,000 crore, and that is the project is Atal Bhujal Yojana basically. Now under Atal Bhujal Yojana, what will happen is that groundwater conservation will be taken care of, right? And the scheme is aimed at efficient management of available water resources, whatever the resources that is available, and mainly the community participation will be focused upon to properly and judiciously manage this water resource, right? The emphasis of the scheme will be recharge of the groundwater sources and the efficient uses of water by involving people at local level. Guys, around rupees 6,000 crore has been earmarked for this ambitious plan, and half of the total cost of the central scheme will be supported by the World Bank, and other half will be given by the government through the budgetary support. And the government though plans for giving 50% of the money to the states and the Gram Panchayat as an incentive, so that they can get the target of this groundwater management as soon as possible, and the remaining 50% will be given to the states on the institutional arrangement, and those institutional arrangements will be related to strong database management, strong scientific approach management, so that these can be managed at a very judiciously, right? And guys, it is a first ever move to encourage the community participation and behavioral changes basically. And why there was need to take care of this groundwater situation? Because groundwater in India, if you see, then it provides for around 60% of the country's irrigation needs, and 85% of the rural drinking water requirements, and 50% of the urban water needs, guys, right? So this is the need of this groundwater, and over exploitation and contamination have left many blocks across the country in a very critical stage. So to do away with those critical stage, to mitigate the negative effect of the overutilization of groundwater, it is very much sought by the government. So the government must come up with this kind of initiative, right? So Atal Bhujal Yojana is also an initiative in that direction. Next news is about anti-dumping duties, guys. Why it was news? Before dealing that, let me give you a description of what anti-dumping duties is by giving an example. Say for example, this is China, guys, and this is India, right? And the India is selling steel at a rate of 1,000 rupees per kg, all right? And the same cost in China is, say for example, it's also getting about 1,000 rupees per kg. But China wants to dump their steel in India, right? And they are selling that steel in India at 800 rupees per kg. Then what is happening that after, if the customer in India is getting the China's material in 800 rupees per kg, then of course they will go for purchasing this item, and they won't purchase the domestic item which is being given at 1,000 rupees per kg, right? So for taking that in concern, what government will do is government will charge an anti-dumping duty on these kind of steels. Now, if the government is charging the anti-dumping duties, then it will, say for example, government has charged 250 rupees, then it will cost 800 plus 250, it is equal to 1050. Means now the China product is they are getting at 1050 rupees, and this product they are getting at 1,000 rupee per kg only, right? So the customer will come to purchase our domestic product, right? So this is this is what the anti-dumping duty is. That is 1050, that is addition of 250 rupees is the anti-dumping duty, right? So this anti-dumping duty is a very legal thing, right? And in fact in WTO agreement also they are setting that telling that the industries must come up with the government must come up with this anti-dumping duty, so that they can compete with the domestic industry. Their domestic industries can compete with the international companies, right? So that's why this anti-dumping duties is being implied. And now it was in news because India has initiated a review of anti-dumping duty, under which India used to take charge anti-dumping duty on the flat steels that is being imported from China, right? So government is reviewing whether that anti-dumping duties must be done away with, or they must keep this anti-dumping duty alive, right? So that is what the government is deciding. Next news is about WFIRST technology. Basically this is the wide field infrared survey telescope, guys, and actually the White House budget proposal is telling that due to the expanding cost of this program, they are telling that we must cancel this program. This is the thing that is being said by the White House budget proposal, right? So it is a very cause of concern for the scientific community in the US astrophysics community, because it is telling that if the White House is canceling this project, then it might hurt the international standing of United States ka astrophysics community, right? So what is it basically, guys? So basically this is a survey telescope, guys, wide field infrared survey telescope, which is aimed to be launched at around mid of 2020s, and it is like the one of the NASA's flagship mission. And other flagship mission, if you deal with, then they are Hubble Space Telescope, Chandra X-ray telescope, James Webb telescope, right? And regarding this WFIRST telescope, guys, it has a potential to focus on the areas of dark energy, exoplanets, and infrared astrophysics, right? So these are the fields where it can actually focus upon, and the data which still humanity doesn't have. It is being said that this WFIRST telescope can give those data, right? And it has a capacity in which the field view is around 100 times greater than the Hubble infrared instruments, right? And it has it captures more of the sky with less observing time. So these are few of the facts about that WFIRST. Next news is also scientific news, science and technology news basically, and it is about Espresso Instrument, guys. This is Espresso Instrument. Now what is this, guys? Actually the European Southern Observatory's very large telescope in Chile, which is situated in Chile, that has successfully integrated the light from all the 4-unit telescope, right? All the 4-unit telescope, it has successfully integrated the lights of all the 4-unit telescope, and it is said that the VLT, that is a very large telescope, is the largest collecting area in the whole world, right? And it is said that in future it might be very much helpful in search of faint rocky planets around distant stars, right? So this instrument is called Espresso Instrument. Just remember its full form. No need to remember it, because they are not going to ask the full form, of course. HLA spectrograph for rocky exoplanet and stable spectroscopic observation, right? Next news is about International Conference for Reconstruction of Iraq. Actually, this is the conference that has been going on in the Kuwaiti capital, and guys, this is the second day of the international conference that has been going on there, and the main aim is to collect fund for the reconstruction of Iraq, because you know that in recent time Iran has been the victim of the war, internal war and internal conflicts, and that's why that has become very much economically weak, right? So the main aim of this conference is to bring together the economically powerful countries, and they must contribute by direct or indirectly, so that the development and vital development projects can be carried out in Iraq at a very fast pace. And the World Bank is also coordinating this event. Actually, they are one of the major contributor of the event, and they will contribute whatever that has not been finalized yet, but whatever they will contribute, that contribution will be totally be utilized for the developmental and vital projects in Iraq, right? And regarding also guys, remember one thing, this is the map of Iraq, guys, and in Iraq is situated in a very strategic location. And just remember, just try to see this, what are the countries who are constituting Iraq. In the north it is being surrounded by Turkey, in the east it is being surrounded by Iran, Syria, here is Jordan, here is Saudi Arabia, and here is Kuwait, right? And it is also directly connected to the Persian Gulf, if you at all can see from this area, right? And one more thing, guys, Syria doesn't touches this Iran directly, just right. So this is a thing which you have to remember. And yeah, next news is regarding the loan agreement with New Development Bank. Actually, India has signed a second loan agreement with New Development Bank for United States $100 million, and this will be done for the Rajasthan water sector reconstruction project for desert area. And the objective of the project is to rehabilitate the 678 kilometer long Indira Gandhi canal system, which was being built in the year 1958 to 1963. And since it is very long time, and and so there is often occurs seepage, right, and the water uses efficiency is also very decreasing. So in order to revive that project, this kind of the loan is taken from New Development Bank. And regarding the New Development Bank, guys, what is it? So it is also known as BRICS Development Bank, and it is a multilateral development bank which is established by the 5 BRICS states, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. It will support the public and private projects that will be given, that will be supported through loan guarantees, equity participation as well as other kind of financial instrument. And the headquarter just remember, headquarter is present in Shanghai, that is in China, right? So this was all about the New Development Bank also. And regarding the economic survey, if you at all want to see it in Hindi, which is being done by me, so you can click the link below which I'm giving in the description, right? And also guys, this is the link, also I'm giving a link to mains answer writing discussion. If you at all don't know how to write the mains answer, how to approach the mains answer, right, so you can just refer to that link, that courses whatever I've made, right? And regarding the PDFs, guys, so basically this is the link of my Telegram channel. You can access the free PDFs over there, right? I'm not charging even a single penny for that. So yeah, this was all about the today's news, guys. We'll meet in tomorrow's class. Till then, bye bye, take care and sayonara, bye.